Howdy, and how do you do? Welcome back to some Peglin, a Cruciball 7, the Cruciball of all Cruciballs, because it is the most difficult Cruciball they have as of right now, which maybe it will change someday, or maybe it won't, who knows? I do not know. We only hope that we get the experience of more difficult challenges. Granted, I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for more difficult challenges, as I have a hard time with, with a lot of this Cruciball 7 anyway, with a lot of, specifically one chunky Peglin boss that just won't leave me alone. But that's just a little bit of an icing on the cake, I guess, and it's a learning curve. But I do want to thank everyone for the continued support. Yesterday was a big day for our channel. It seemed like we had a lot new members joining our community, our channel, become subscribers, joining the Discord. And Discord's link is below. Join there, share us some memes, introduce yourself. There's also a channel where you can talk about your little pups if you have a pup in your life, or cat, or any other animal or pet you have. The channel's listed as man's best friend. That's just, I pulled it from another channel, that idea. So I kind of stole the name too. So I don't know. Thought it was a pretty fun name, kind of self-explanatory on what it is, because you always hear dogs being referred to as man's best friend. So I thought, who doesn't want to come into a Discord, see a couple little pup faces, or cat faces, or iguana faces, or I don't know, lion faces, whatever animal or pet you have, whoever your best friend is. But there's a channel like that. There's some suggestion channels, some review channels. If there's a game that you've played that you love, leave a review about it down there. Tell us all about it. We might check it out, as I'm always looking to things. And of course, it's always hard for me to play new games just because of timing and everything. But I do eventually work my way around to it. I know Binding of Isaac, I think is what it's called, has been thrown around quite often. I did take a gander into it, and I just don't understand which one to play. Isn't there like multiple of them? And they're all from like, I don't know which one's the new one, or if the new one's the good one, or if the new one's the bad one. Not quite sure how or which Binding of Isaac is the ideal one to play, but maybe you all can help me with that. The Discord probably would help me if I asked it in there, so check it out is what I'm saying. We're trying to make it grow as well as the channel. Nice little place for the community to get together, at least. I've learned quite a few things in the past few months owning this channel or running this channel, and you guys have taught me a lot when it comes to actually running a channel and content creation. And there's a few things that I do want to share. Maybe some of you are out there with a small channel as well, or a smaller channel, or slightly larger, or just a large channel. I don't know. Maybe my input will help, or maybe it won't. I don't know. I think I want the wall chicken. A little extra health is not too shabby to have. Is there a way to hit? Yes. Nice. This isn't too bad of a map as of right now. We do have 0 upgrades, but that's beside the point. We don't have to worry about that. Well, actually, we have 1 upgrade on our Elector Pegnet. Hitting one more bomb probably wouldn't be too upsetting. I just wanted you gone. But boom, perfect. Hit the bomb and dip. That's all I asked. Now you striking both these bombs. Perfect. That's why the ball lightning is so nice. And think I'll upgrade the ball lightning once going into this boss fight so that it's actually a little bit more practical. But, oh, it's the same boss. I guess it doesn't really matter then. I'm hoping you hit that crit. Nice hit on that crit. Took half your health again. I think this is almost the identical start from last time. The refresh in the same exact spot. Bomb hit, 40 damage. And then ball lightning getting thrown down to the side so it can hit you. I mean, so far this is almost word for word. Well, now we're struggling a little bit on the damage front because we're actually reloading. I don't know if we reloaded the first time. One thing when it comes to small channels that I've learned is that just create what you want, play the games you want to play. Don't worry too much about what people like, because there's all kinds of different people on this platform that like all kinds of different things. And now you might have a more of a niche market like this. I would say Peglin is kind of a niche, and that's kind of how we formed our community thus far, is the creation and the gameplay of Peglin, which I mean I enjoy. I love playing Peglin, but it's a great place to where we can all just build a community, a lot of like-minded people get together and essentially create something all together. And so just the best thing to do, extra bombs probably. The best thing to do is to just do what you're wanting to do, what interests you, and like minds usually attract. And they usually find each other. And the algorithm, some people complain about the algorithm, some people don't. And honestly, the algorithm will eventually work for you for the specific thing you're wanting to achieve. Such, oh, I just removed all my orbs. I did it again. We had so many good orbs going on, but that's fine. We'll go down, grab this relic, and maybe the relic will do anything. I think I'd rather just heal, probably more than max health, because we have already 125, 7 HP is not going to really change too much. But like minds are going to usually find a way to attract each other. And so bound is eventually the algorithm will work for you, and it'll start putting some people that find your game or your topic interesting, and then you'll start building up from the ground up from there. And that's the exciting part. And you won't even believe how fast it can happen if you just stay to it. A lot of YouTubers, especially whenever you're a small YouTuber with a niche market like this, I can see it. Having like maybe you had a slow first month and then you just kind of give up because it was slow, you didn't get anything, you feel like you're just wasting time. But honestly, if you're doing what you enjoy, you're not wasting any time whatsoever. All you're doing is just playing a game you enjoy or doing the things you enjoy, and then eventually other people that find those same things enjoyable will find you and then teach you some things of their own, help you grow as they can. It's just remarkable. Like Peglin, I could have been playing Peglin all by myself for the longest time and had fun with it, but never got like the full experience of it because there's so many things I overlook with Peglin. It's baffling. And it's for our community coming into the comment sections and teaching me a lot of these things that helps me become better. It gives me more like interactions with different people from all over the world. And that's one thing that I'm so grateful for, is being able to meet all kinds of people. That was the boss, and these are our relics. Peglin Satchel may be interesting, but probably not. You're not going to be helpful. Constricting chain just kind of poo-poo. I think we're just going to skip. if I were to be completely honest with you. That was a pretty uneventful boss relic. But whenever it comes time, whenever you feel like it's time to start, just start. And don't give up until maybe you're bored, then give up. If you're bored, give up. But if you're just playing your game, the game that you're going to be playing anyway, might as well. Even if you're playing with some friends, playing with whatever, maybe you're playing by yourself, maybe you don't talk. Talking's not a requirement whenever it comes to playing by any means whatsoever. I don't know, I talk to myself anyway, so might as well as make it seem less weird talking to myself by talking to you all. And I think where I need help, where I think a lot of you can come in to help me understand, is when or if you ever transition and try to start streaming as well. Because streaming, I think, now granted, all content, not necessarily most ideal to have streaming ability, like a stream, just because if you're playing, I don't know, if you're doing like tutorials or you're doing information-based videos, so like top 10 facts or how, I don't know, there's some niche videos that don't work with streaming. It's all those pre-recorded ones where you have a script, you follow the script, you edit the video highly, and then you move on with everything. Those, I don't see streaming working as well for them. Granted, streaming does work for them, because look at other large streamers that have YouTube channels. Not necessarily like first-person streamers, but think of like Ludwig's or I don't know why my brain's going blank. Or what's his name? Penguin's Moist Critical. Think of him. He's got a channel where most of his YouTube videos are of him talking about news or different things that might be going around in the universe. Yeah, he still streams, and some of his videos get pulled from his stream, which I find those videos pretty interesting because they're not so scripted, not so rehearsed. They're a little bit more natural, as they say. I think a bold orb in the back pocket here is actually nice. I think it will actually be pretty helpful to have it there for just a little bit of pierce. Yeah, I'll lose some health whenever I reload, but I think it's better to have it than not have it, if that makes sense. I think I'll take a fight into a question mark because that works. But I think streaming for the content that I have probably would go pretty well, as it is just more commentary based. It's not necessarily like script based or anything. I'm kind of just talking, and it would probably make it easier for me if I were to stream, just because it's not so much of me talking to myself. I'll have people there with me discussing the topics with me, and I think that would be, in theory, easier than it is for me holding the conversation by myself, if that makes sense. I did not realize this man was back here full health, ready to flex on me. Nice hit on that crit. We should be able to do not enough damage. Yeah, we're gonna lose a bit of health, but that's fine. Overflow does it. Perfect. Which, when it does come to streaming, one bit of advice that I've heard is that consistency is key. Unfortunately, right now, I do not have the consistent schedule. It's eventually I will, maybe once like I can be able to make this a little bit more of a priority. Not to say it's not a priority right now, because I think it's a priority to at least produce one video a day, because then, I don't know, it's a goal of mine, is just consistency. It's what I like. It's one consistent thing that I can control throughout my day, that the only way it goes wrong is if I do something wrong, because there's not many things in your life that you can control. And so it's always nice to have that one thing that's there, you have control of it, and if it doesn't go right, there's no one else to blame but yourself. And that, my fair child, is my thought process on why I like to produce a video once a day. And once a day for a small streamer, I mean a small channel, is pretty helpful. I think it's not required by any means, because you are a small channel. It is a hobby for you. It's not a necessity. It's not your job. It's your free time. It's what you're doing for fun. Don't expect it to be a career or a job at any point. I don't have that mindset. I don't think you should have that mindset. It's not necessarily a great mindset when it comes to YouTube, at least, just because you never know what's going on in the future. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe like the people that, when Mixer was a big streaming service, think about this time. Mixer was a big streaming service. So many people went over to it. Ninja and Shroud got signed on over there to be, I think I want to actually skip you and go Bulldorb, honestly. Sorry about that. Sorry about you, but I think the Bulldorb probably is going to do a little bit better. Perfect. That's exactly what I thought it was going to do. But with Mixer, as soon as those people got signed, more people moved over there, or ever since before they even got signed, people started their careers on Mixer. Now, I'm not saying comparing YouTube to Mixer, but I'm just saying the volatility of the industry is just remarkable, how volatile it is. And so maybe Mixer closes the door after you built your whole career and your followership doesn't follow you wherever, maybe, or at least your full followership doesn't necessarily follow you wherever you go next. And that is where it becomes a little bit of a gamble. And when you feel a little, whenever you put all your eggs in one basket, I guess. I don't know. It's what you're doing for fun. Maybe one day it will become your full time, which, I mean, that's the dream of it, but don't expect it, is what I'm saying. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to crush anyone's dreams necessarily, but this is just the thoughts of a small YouTuber, new YouTube channel. I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this to meet new people. I'm like-minded people that enjoy what I enjoy and would find anything that I say enjoyable to listen to by chance. Now, if you don't, that's all right. You can mute and watch me stumble across this game or whatever you want to do. Overhammer is going to be so good with Ouroboros. I don't know what I'm saying. Ouroboros. I wanted you to hit the crit. Yes, perfect. Look at all these bombs. I didn't even realize these bombs until I hit the crit. That's probably not great having this many bombs on this map, but we should be fine. Good refresh hit into a 940. Got rid of everything. You're moving up, so we didn't really kill the speed. You're doing 472 off the rip. You fell right down this gap. That's all right. You will find a way to do even more damage. I just know it. If you hit that crit, that would have been more ideal. You're still going to do quite a bit of damage. We're actually going to throw you right in this gap. You're going to hit this crit. Perfect. Oh, yes. This looks nice. Hit that refresh. Refresh on the way out. I mean, this is smooth. Now all we have to do is hope for a boss relic that might benefit us in some way, shape, or form. Now it's not a requirement for a boss relic to do said task. I think we'll rather save our refreshes there where it's easy targets and just take away this while we were still boosted up on damage, juiced up on some of our bonuses here. I might have to skip the bold orb. Probably should have skipped it. That's fine. 200 some odd damage is not a bad start. We're gonna go over and hit this crit. This crit's gonna boost our damage up a little bit. Not a lot. We're not living on the same high that bold orb gave us. But kind of finishing or rounding out the thought a little bit, but it doesn't matter too much as a small streamer on what you do, what you play, do what you want to do, because it's not your career. Kind of to finish that is, it's not your career. You're not here to do much but enjoy the skipping. Looks like no boss relics for us, which we don't need them. We do not need boss relics. That's kind of scary, fighting that boss. How much do you do? 5? You're statistically better. Orboroso. We're going to lose some health here. That's okay. It's expected. But play what you want to play. Do what you want to do as a small streamer. It's not your career. If people don't like it, you can continue on if you still enjoy it, or if you don't enjoy it, don't continue on. It's as easy as that. Play something else that you enjoy as well. Don't feel like you're forced to play something, because honestly, you're not. You're not forced to play anything. You're not, this isn't necessarily your livelihood at the time. Maybe one day it could be. I don't know. I hope so for you. I hope so that I could just wake up, play some Peglin, play some games, and then go to bed. And now, will my fiance like that? No. No, she would not. She would be jealous and angry that would be my life. And she would expect me to do everything at the house, which, I mean, granted, I probably would. It just makes sense to do it, I guess. If that was the case, a boy can dream, right? But don't expect it. Don't bank it all on it. I don't think it's what you're doing for fun. It's your hobby. And they always say, try to make money as your hobby. If you're wanting to do that, doesn't matter to me as long as you're doing something fun. And if you're doing something you enjoy, that's the only way you're gonna stay to it. And the way to build is to stay to it. And yes, you'll go through ups and downs and weaves and flows, or however they're called. What are they called? Ups and downs, and I don't know how the saying works, but your channel is going to have highs, it's going to have lows. You're going to perform well for a while, then you're not going to perform as well as you did prior. But that's how it works. What is my throws here? I'm going straight into there. All of my throws have been garbage. Hot garbage. Oh, the refresh was right there. All you had to do is hit it. I need that refresh so I can gain some health. Okay, I'm hitting some bombs. There's our refresh. Because we need some healing. Yeah, you're interesting, Matt 3 Orbska, but I don't think you're going to be helpful with the final boss. I don't know what will be helpful with this final boss, honestly. Just going, yes, thank you. The way I wanted to go. Oh, one other thing that I forgot to mention for small streaming, small YouTube, is set goals for yourself. I think that's helpful, is setting goals. You don't have to like bank everything you got on these goals or anything, but like set little personal goals, such as my upload every day, try not to skip an upload. I think those goals really set you up for success. Now you don't have to upload every day. That's just an example of what I do, and it works very well for me. Keeps me consistent, keeps me on point. It feels like I have an obligation to everyone, that it's not just me at this point, because I don't do many things for myself. And if I think of it that way, where it's for me, I will most likely give up on it. So it's better for me to have that mindset of, I'm doing this for them, not for me. I'm doing this for you, not for me. I'm doing this for the community, the thing we're building, not for me. Which works tremendously for me, I think. And you can try doing that too. Probably people listening to this probably have similar thought processes as me, is what I assume. I could be wrong, but it's what I assume. So maybe that will work for you, or find something else that works for you. Maybe once a week, upload once a week, once every 2 days. And it also depends. Duplicate a random orb. Elect orb. The one level 1 orb is what it chose to duplicate. That's fine. I don't want to hit a red bomb fight, if that makes sense. But I do want to fight this elite boy. I think a level 1 elector magnet is still very good. As I say that, it doesn't one-shot. Wow. But it did hit a couple bombs there. Boom, boom. Oh, well, it didn't take you out either. Don't worry. Everything has pierce now. Boom, boom. Unfortunate. Well, I didn't really take my time throwing that. Please, in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts. I don't want to be I'm not the only one that's got thoughts around it by any means, and my thoughts aren't right most of the time. But I did want to share the thoughts of a small channel, because as of right now, we are a small channel, and I think it's valuable to hear kind of what my experiences have been and apply it if you're wanting to start one. If you do have one, maybe your channel is bigger. Just think about it. What is a big trend that's happened here recently? Large YouTubers trying to recreate what they did and build a new one. Why do you think they want to try to recreate it? They say it's because, oh, it's not luck. I think it's because there's enjoyment. You have to enjoy it, and the enjoyment of watching a community build or a channel build is something else. Like, I've had so much fun just watching numbers change, numbers grow. The comments are just fantastic. The people that I've met so far are so helpful, so friendly, and it's just a whole revolutionary experience, and I highly recommend it to most people. I mean, granted, some people, maybe it's not your cup of tea. I don't know. It could possibly not be your cup of tea. Some people say it's for certain people, and I do agree. It can be for certain people, depending on the topic of it, on what you're creating, the content you're creating, because there's some people that are very good at entertaining in certain ways, and some people are good at just creating the content or creating something enjoyable to watch. I don't know if popping corn, I shouldn't have picked up popping corn, should I have? I probably should have got refreshing punch. I just, out of habit, grab popping corn because popping corn heals you. And out of habit, I just want more and more health. It's part of the game. Part of the name of the game. Okay, pop off, Bold Orb. Honestly, we're doing pretty good for no boss relics. Boss relics are a pretty big asset most of the time, unless you're offered boss relics like I've been offered recently. I think yesterday's video was even about, no, 2 days ago we talked about how awful boss relics are and how they need reworked and some of that nonsense. Okay, we're not chilling here too well. Yeah, the gift right now would probably be awful with where our relic locations are. I mean, where our refresh locations were, but I think we would have done enough damage with like our Bold Orb if we had the gift that keeps on giving to not have to worry about refreshing the board ever. This is good. This is good. Oh, another thing, if you're a small channel, that kind of pops up in my head every once in a while, and I think it is actually quite helpful to hear, is play to your strengths. Now, I say this in the sense of, especially whenever you're just starting off, you don't have all the time that most other bigger channels have where they can hire staff or they do this full time, and this is, they have a whole team around them. If you don't know how to edit well, just produce what you can. I don't know how to edit whatsoever. I've made a few edited videos. I still edit some things whenever I need to, whenever I can, but it's not, my content doesn't really form too much as of right now around editing. It's mostly conversationalist, talking about my day, talking about thoughts that I get. Mostly these are exact conversations that I have whenever I'm talking to myself, like on my drives or something. I tend to have these kind of conversations, which is very helpful to have an opened ear to listen to them, because why do I have so many bombs? Oh, it's because I got that relic. So all these pegs are already turned into bombs. Not great. Not great of a start. Not good. Both of our refreshes are obviously over here. Green essentially means refreshes, just so you guys know. So if you ever wonder what the green is and why I said they're obviously over there, is because it was green. Highlights my refresh is at least one peg away from that. Unfortunate bounce out of this little area. I do want to clear all these squares out of the way. Unfortunate that bomb turned into a red bomb. Red bombs do self-damage, if you didn't know, for those of you that are tuning in for the very first time. What do you guys think about the new Mario movie coming out? I've got mixed feelings about it. I think Chris Pratt will be just fine. It's just, whenever I watched the preview, he didn't really sound too much like Mario, but he did say he was working on it, and he didn't really talk too much in that little preview video, so gotta keep that in mind a little bit. I think we might die here. 12. If we can stay over here and heal up a lot. And we are dead. Dang it. Well, we tried. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. Please consider joining our Discord, link in the description below. But I look forward to talking with you all later. Now that is a number right there that is our one win. That's our win for tonight. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking with you all later. Bye.